Well, I know I just spoke about consequences, and speaking about consequences, my memory card ran out in that camera, so now I'm using my cell phone. It's not going to be as clear as a picture. So it's been 12 minutes now. Still not boiling, but it's starting to simmer. Yep. Wax coming down the side. So you probably want to do your cardboard a little lower, maybe an eighth of an inch lower than the sides of the can, and then do your wax. Because that wax looks like it's bubbling in there. That tallow is bubbling. You probably want to do your tallow maybe half of an inch below the surface of the can. That'll be a safer distance. It's not bubbling too bad, but slowly coming over the edge. 1/4 inch isn't enough. Hey, that's what experimentation's for. Can't really see it very well on this camera, but the wick is still there. It's not consumed yet. So you could put this out and relight it again off that wick. Curious to see how long this will burn. Oh yeah, nice bubbles forming on the bottom of the pot now. For the cardboard, the tightness of the wind is pretty close together. I probably used a good 3 to 4 feet of cardboard to wind up and put in there. So we'll come back in a few minutes and see how it's doing. Alright, it's now been 19 minutes. Pretty healthy bubbles. Occasionally a few come to the surface. Getting really close to boiling here. But one point I'd like to show you is that the holes on this can are not big enough. The hole's going to be bigger. Not so close together, otherwise you'll lose your strength of the pot. The hole's going to be bigger because they're starting to clog up with all that smoke that's coming out. You need to have some bigger holes. Due to those clogged up holes, smoke is escaping down at the bottom a lot more. So note to self, bigger holes. About like that should do it. Yep, we're just causing that fire to starve a little bit, even though it's still going pretty healthy. I'll come back in a few minutes more and see what it looks like. Alright. fire is now starting to find its way out of the opening here. Fire will find oxygen wherever it can get it. These holes at the top are just ridiculously small. That done clogged them a little bit, but that fire is doing really well. So another note to self, make your opening smaller. Just wide enough to get the can in. That way it'll keep your flame smaller. Less chance of escape like it's trying to do here. So 24 minutes. Sticker on the side of that can was nice and brand new, so that's how hot it's getting. No, we'll come back in a few minutes here. Alright, we've been going for 30 minutes. Surprisingly, the starter wick is still there. The tallow's doing a good job of keeping it coated as it's wicking it up. The fire's coming out the side like crazy here, but not out of control. Tried unclogging the holes. Now, as a Cub Scout, we used a can opener that punctures kind of like a big V into the side. You know, probably about 3/4 of an inch wide by 1/4 of an inch tall. A few of those holes would be a heck of a lot better than this. We only used a tuna fish size can too. And with the amount of heat that this thing is putting off, tuna fish size can will be more than sufficient. This chicken can is way too much heat for the size of this stove cover. Not enough oxygen flowing from the bottom, so it's escaping on the bottom now. The fire's escaping on the bottom. Small holes, too much fire. See you in a few minutes. Well, that's 40 minutes. Still not quite a boil. So more and more bubbles coming up. Fire's pretty crazy. Candle. See, the problem is, all this heat's coming out here being wasted. All the heat's coming out down here. If these holes are bigger, the heat would be more on direct contact right here. We would have had a boil by now. We're just wasting all that heat because the holes are too little. But the egg's got to be getting close to being done now. We'll let it go a few more minutes. Alright, it's been 50 minutes. Well, 49 minutes. Still failed to bring a boil out of it due to the loss of heat. Watch this. No wind is putting this fire out. Suffocation is the only way to put that thing out. Still going. Well, we're at 11 minutes on this video, so time to switch to a new one.